Hi, I hate cooking. I hate buying the ingredients, I hate preparing the ingredients, I hate following instructions, and I hated even the videos of me cooking. I hated them so much that I did all of this 9 months ago and I'm only getting around to it now. In any case, here is my journey into cooking. Okay, so I hate cooking so much. Out of all the things I've made, I think food is definitely the least popular thing among my interests. During our wedding, a friend of ours gave us this. I really don't like cooking, but I figured if I could go through an entire cookbook, maybe I'll have a newfound appreciation for it and like it a bit more, or at least that's the plan. And yeah, so I went through the book only to just kind of jot down where the chapters are to like sticky notes. From my university experience, I know how to go through a textbook, so I'm gonna approach going through this cookbook around the same lines of that. We'll see how it goes. I'm going through everything page by page. So far they haven't really been that helpful. There's like a couple of things I feel like it's actually going to be useful, but everything else it seems like just a lot of banter, to be honest. Okay, I went through all of the beginning notes, and to be honest, after this part where they told me about some of the stuff regarding tools, all the spices were kind of useless. All I got from this was that he doesn't like dried herbs, he just likes the fresh kind, with the exception of a few. Even just through reading all of that, I'm already getting pissed off at deciding to do this. Why do I spend time and money getting ingredients to make something way subpar from what I can get from the restaurants? I just don't understand this. Once you start something, you gotta finish it, right? Anyhow, carbonara. I actually don't know what these things are. So large eggs, I do know. Does this mean just the egg whites, or is this egg whites plus yolk, and then this one is just yolk? I honestly don't know. 4 ounces of finely grated Pecorino Romano or Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. I don't know what this is, but I'm guessing they're just types of cheese. Kosher salt, which we know is the slightly larger salt than the finely ground stuff, and a freshly ground black pepper. This apparently is very important. Freshly ground is very different than the regular stuff. And then half a pound of whatever this thing is, or pancetta diced. I also didn't know what this is, but my wife tells me this is just pasta, so. And a quick Google tells me that this first one is a hard, salty Italian cheese made with sheep milk. The second thing here is a hard Italian granular cheese with aged cow milk. The linguine, it turns out, is just, pasta that's 4 millimeters approximately in width. And over here, these are just a variety of cured salted meat. Oh god, I'm already dreading this decision. Why am I doing this again? Because not only did it take me like a good hour to read through the beginning of the books and just familiarize myself with all the terms, I now have to go out and actually get the ingredients. And after getting the ingredients, I have to come back home and actually cook it. That says pancetta. Greenie. Kosher salt and whole black pepper and whatever this is. The only thing I'm missing is a coffee grinder. I asked the person there, they don't actually sell grinders here, but we have this. It's a salt that comes with a grinder at the top. And that was 52 bucks. Well then, $52 later, we now have all the ingredients, and they weren't that hard to find, I guess. For $52, I definitely could have bought a few meals for that money. So I'm hoping that after I make this pasta, that it's gonna be huge in terms of portion sizes. Okay, time to get to work on all of this. Somewhere in the book earlier, it mentioned that you should probably follow all the weight and all the specifications to a T if you aren't very skilled. Me, being not very skilled, thinks I should probably do that. Where does the wife keep all these things? I think we have a grater, I just can't find it. This is the closest I've got, and I don't even know if this is a grater or not. 3 large eggs and 1 large egg yolk. I have no idea if this means that the 3 large eggs are meant for just the egg whites. I don't know what the heck that means, but whatever. Hey Google, how many grams are in 4 ounces?
4 ounces is equal to 113.398 grams.
$115 grams. Okay, this is what we're gonna be using. The rest is gonna go back in there. Kosher salt and freshly ground pepper, but they don't tell us how much, so And then I need half a pound of pancetta, diced. I don't know what diced means. I bought them as already diced, so it doesn't really matter. I just fed you. And 226, there we go. And then half a pound of dried linguine. This is okay. These got somewhat high walls, right? Okay, in a large, high-walled saute pan, bring 2 quarts water to a boil. Just enough in order to comfortably cook the pasta. What the heck is a quarts? Hey Google, how many milligrams in a quarts? So we're gonna heat it up. And now we can't touch anything here because otherwise we're gonna ruin everything. I'm just gonna put it all in there. I have no idea if this is a good idea or not. But I don't have a grater, which I didn't know. I thought I had one. One. Yeah, I have no idea how to do this. How do I measure out pepper? I'm just gonna eyeball and say that's probably around half a teaspoon. Eyeballing it, that looks like another half a teaspoon to me. Here's a 1/4 cup of water, and then all the meat that we went through. So the first part here that says in a large, that we have done with this. And as soon as this boils, we're gonna dump all of that in there and set a timer for 8 minutes. The second thing is in a liquid measuring cup, that portion we've done, and this is what that looks like at the moment. Yeah, the cheese should be much more better, but as I mentioned, I thought we had a grater, but it turns out we don't have a grater. The third one is in a large saute pan. This is the last one, which is basically the cooking thing, and you're supposed to let it simmer. This is letting it simmer, I think. We need to cook until the water is completely gone and most of the fat has simmered out. Seems like a hell of a lot of water, which makes me think that maybe something is wrong with that one. Maybe I measured it wrong again for it, but who knows. I mean, it is just water, but I'm sure that it still might cause something, so I'm just gonna turn on the fan. I need to reserve about 1 cup of the water here when the time is up, and I'll need to reserve about 3 tablespoons of the fat when that is up. To be honest, that's pretty much everything that I have in there. I don't know why the recipe doesn't tell me to just keep all the fat where it is. Anyhow, after that's done, we need to save about a cup of water, so this is half a cup. I'm just gonna take a little bit more just in case. Stir vigorously. And then add this in. I guess when you guys go. I'm also just gonna keep on cooking until all the cheese melts into the pasta. Now they mentioned that you're supposed to add in teaspoons at a time. I think I'm gonna put it into the container used for the water and swirl around and then put that in there. So here's another 2 teaspoons. This is the carbonara, and if you're wondering how much sizes we got mine. This I'm gonna bring over to my mom. And this I gotta leave for the wife for her to judge me. It was, to be honest, as horrible as I thought it would be. I did not have a good time. I did not enjoy cooking. Did not feel great this entire process. Anyhow, this is episode 1 of going through cooking with Babish. I'm gonna go over here and we are going to... Now, because I'm Asian and most of us are lactose tolerant, I'm also gonna take a lactose pill before I eat that, since I know we put in a lot of cheese. Pasta is definitely a little bit on the harder side, but it's edible. Very cheesy. You know, the meat didn't smell great when I first took it out of the packaging, but now it's actually blending in pretty well with the flavors. Man, he wasn't kidding when he said the peppers, when you ground them up yourself, taste so different. Peppers are so good. Oh, this is my first one.
First time cooking?
I could just tell me what you think and I'll tell you more about all the struggles I went through. Oh, that's a bit of extra white. Oh, so the egg whites were put on there afterwards. So like I cooked the egg whites separately, and then after I was like, I can't throw this away, so I just put it on here.
Pepper's fine. It's just not very saucy at all.
There was no sauce in the recipe at all.
Yeah, you make the sauce. Mm-hmm. It's okay.
It's edible at least.